Hey guys, this is CrazyKnightHero here, and wanted to do a quick comparison between the new ARCSTRIDER Super and the Arc Blade we all know. Now, essentially these supers are exactly the same. They're both for the hunter, they deal arc damage, and they're melee oriented. The only big difference really is the weapons they're holding. Arc Blade is just a knife, and ARCSTRIDER is this bow staff. And right away we can see that the ARCSTRIDER can actually hit more opponents at a time with just a normal attack. Arc Blade is just one, you kind of zip around to each individual enemy. ARCSTRIDER, you can take out a lot more at a time. Like in this clip, it looks like it takes out 4 Cabal at a time, like with just a normal slash. That is insane. And then we get to see some other combos that the ARCSTRIDER can do. He does like this force push shockwave thing that's a little bit ranged, definitely not as far as the arc wave though on Blade Dancer. And then we get to see this slam down thing here, which is like Showstopper on Blade Dancer, but it looks like you have to be in the air to activate it, so that might be a little annoying, but at the same time, like, just your normal whacks are a lot better and stuff like that. And I just wish there was more we knew about this super, because no one was allowed to get gameplay of it, and we don't know what the subclass tree even looks like. Like, there could be perks that like totally change up the super, or heck, it could go invisible or something, like, we don't know. But based off the things we have seen, it looks a lot better than Arc Blade. It looks like you can chain a lot more attacks in succession before like having to get a little breather. With Arc Blade, it's only like 3 attacks, like slash slash slash, and with ARCSTRIDER it looks like it's almost 6 based off these clips. Also, the movement just looks a little bit more flowing, and when you do kind of start from a standstill, it looks like you kind of head into it a little bit faster, and just the attacks themselves chaining off of each other, like you flip and like roll into other ones, so it looks a lot more smoother than Arc Blade. It's a little clunky, like just looking at this footage compared to the other footage is kind of like, But just looking closely at the super and like all the things it does, it looks like if you compare it to the Striker, like we've seen Striker gameplay in like PvE and stuff, it looks a lot better than Striker. Like, obviously we don't know how long this super lasts for, but I don't know, like the slam, it seems like the radius has been reduced a lot, so I think in general PvE, ARCSTRIDER would be a lot better bet, because you can take out like 4 people with like 1 slash, when you could take out like 4 or 5 people with like 1 slam, and you only get about 3 slams. So I don't know, obviously I haven't gotten hands-on gameplay with it, so I don't know how it will be, but my assumption is this will be a lot better super for PvE than the Striker. Little side thought there, if you were to compare this to the Striker Titan. And I'm just excited to try this super out. Like, honestly, Blade Dancer is really fun, and honestly right now it's not the greatest in Destiny. Like, it's kinda joked at as being some of the worst, and that's something I found interesting, is it seems like all the supers in Destiny 1 that people complained about the most, or just like it was kinda general knowledge in the community that like these 3 are the worst. It was Defender, and that kind of turned into the Sentinel. It was Blade Dancer, and that turned into the ARCSTRIDER, pretty much just an upgraded version all the way around. I can't even really see like anything that's worse. Maybe just that you have to be in the air to do like that slam thing, but maybe that's it. And then we have Radiance that turned into the Dawnblade, and yeah, it seems like they just took like the lamest, well, not the lamest, but the most lackluster supers that the community didn't like as much, and upgraded them. So that's pretty cool. And I'm not knocking on those supers, like I will miss my Word of Dawn, but it seems like just those are the ones that the community preferred the least. And kind of one more thing I wanted to point out about the ARCSTRIDER is the way that the subclasses are simplified in Destiny 2. There aren't really too many super modifying perks, at least not that I've seen. So a lot of the like combos or strikes and things might come stock on the super. You never know. Like, you might get all this stuff in like one awesome bundle, like just swinging, like hitting a ton of people with your normal attacks and that slam attack, or like, I don't know, like a lot of this stuff could come stock on it. I'm sure there'll be some super modifying perks, but I don't know how major they will be. But it seems like they're throwing more things into just the super itself, because in Destiny 1 there was like the arc wave you could choose, or the showstopper perk you could choose, or the invisibility you could choose, and they kind of got rid of that, it seems. So it seems more of like a simple unified super experience in my opinion. So a lot of this stuff could come stock with it. And one last thought before I go. That force push thing the ARCSTRIDER does at the end, to me it looks like that is the attack at the end of like your normal attack chain. Like you'll do your combo, and then it looks like you'll finish with that. So that would be like your little breather. You kind of like stop in place for a little bit, but it is a little bit of a ranged attack, so it's not that bad of an attack to end on, it looks like. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this little comparison between the ARCSTRIDER new super from Destiny 2 and the old Arcblade super from just Destiny. So leave a like on the video if you've enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.